Central Time, which is about 45 minutes.
Okay, I think they got it.
So I just want to jump on before I had to go. I don't know.
So we actually got some investors on.
Okay.
All right, so I think I got this setup working. It's going to be a little bit of reverb because we're also streaming live on Little Rock IPTV.
Okay. I'm going to give a general welcome and then talk a little bit, and then I'll jump on just so that everyone knows to see me and everything. I don't know if I'm going out live now, but I was trying to, and you know, I was happy today, so I'm trying to make sure I get what I need to get done. Make sure everybody before I have to complain.
Yeah, definitely do this. Give a welcome and share a little bit about what we've done so far with the project.
Okay. I'll wait till you put it out, and then I'll jump on it. So, whatever seconds.
Go for it.
Hello, everybody. How y'all all doing? I am Greg Carter. I am the writer, director, and producer of Pick a Movie. I want to thank you for taking this journey.
Recording in progress.
With us. I see the recording, so I'm going to come back up a little bit.
Sorry, start again, Greg.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Greg Carter. I'm the writer, director, producer of the movie Pick a Movie. First, I want to thank everybody for taking this journey with us. As you know, this is something unique for what we consider Black film. But it's not unique. Some of you have heard of the company called Angel Studios. And they were a company that was formed by a group of people who said, hey, why are we making and letting Hollywood make movies for our audience, for the faith-based audience? We, as filmmakers who are from the diaspora of the faith-based audience, we should be making these movies. And that idea became a serious success. If you just go back to last month, the animated movie called David, some of you heard of it, that movie outperformed an animated movie put out by Universal Pictures called SpongeBob SquarePants. You might have heard of it. So their movie David, that small movie David, outperformed those. So we're trying to do the same thing. I went to, I met content creator Rick Ross, partnered with him, and then of course he brought me to James Geiser, and of course my man Darren, and we thought like, why not us? Why not them? So we are in the process of creating something very similar to what they did for faith-based audience, but we're gonna do that for the urban audience. Movies created by people in the community, for people by the community. We're not going to let Hollywood control our message and what we're trying to do. Now you want to say, okay, well, hey, we want to be down with you, but we know we're going to be successful. Well, a little bit about me and my track record. Some of you might enjoy Christmas holiday movies. My name is Greg Carter, like I mentioned. I did a movie called Hip Hop Family Christmas with Jamie Foxx and also Paramount. He did really well. And then also that movie did so well they wanted a sequel, which was Hip Hop Family Christmas. And you might have think of a movie that had Harry Hilson, Neo, MC Light, Redman, a bunch of people. Terrence was in those movies. So you're coming in with a group of people who've done this before. I've done my own. I have a proven track record. I'm also a professor at universities, so I teach too. But anyway, so what we're doing with this is we're telling a love story, a romantic comedy called Peekaboo, as I mentioned. And I told him a little bit about my background. But from a family standpoint, my dad's a preacher, his dad was a preacher, his dad was a preacher. So I come from a long line of pastors, ministers, and in my case, I like to think that my pulpit is the film set. That's where I go and do my preaching. So positive movies, positive images, and a positive message. But it also needs to be entertaining and uplifting at the same time. So that's what we're going to do. And this is one of the later pictures that I plan on doing. So we've done the initial campaign. We started the initial campaign with our different social media stuff with Freeway Rock. And we talked to millions of people online. And so this is a limited thing. You guys come on board and get a chance to be part of something big I'm building. If you had a chance to put in with Tyler Perry 35 years ago for a little bit of percentage, for a little bit of taste, what would that be worth right now? So that's what we're doing. And that's what I'm hoping to build a community of folk where we control our own messages. It wouldn't matter if the politics changed in Washington or the politics changed in Hollywood. We still gonna be able to tell our messages because we get our own money from our peoples and we go out and make it. And it's all, and of course this involves trust, but like I said, I've got a long track record. I've done this for a while. So we've done a PR campaign. We started that process. We actually began some photography of the movie. So we were filming back in December. And we also filmed in January with the idea that we're going to bring about the full principal photography sometime later this month. So that's why we're leaving this open for a limited amount of time. And we're going to, after that, we kind of push forward. So with that being said, we're looking for the 300, like that movie, the 300, 300 warriors. And the odd thing about it, this is not something new. Spike Lee did this many times when he was doing Get on the Bus back in the day. He really called a bunch of celebrity folks, and they came in and helped him finance that movie. When he did Malcolm X, the same thing happened. And if you want to go back to recent history, we did the same thing. That's right. You might have been a beneficiary of someone who bought a ticket when the first Black Panther came out. Someone might have bought you a ticket and you went to go see Black Panther for free. And there were a lot of celebrities that put down money so people could go see Black Panther for free because it was a positive image. But here's the problem with that. Not really a problem, but the reality. We made Disney a bunch of money. I'm sure Disney earned it, deserved it. But if I had to go into the history of Disney, and I won't go into that, if you were an animator back in the 1950s, it was pretty hard to get a job with Disney. In fact, if I got into the technical of it, and you can Google.
Well into the 80s.
See. So now.
Well into the 90s.
I'm saying to you, why not us? Why not them?
Well, I know there was a Black animator tour well into the 90s and early 2000s trying to get Disney animators shine. So yeah, it was way past the 50s.
Yes, yeah. So we're going to make our own thing. It requires trust and vision. You have to trust. I got the vision. So as we move forward, personally, I look forward to taking this adventure with you. Iger is doing a great job of correlating and putting everything together, and making it so when you can touch, see, and smell film business. So, at any rate, as we press forward, we look forward to getting the movie up and going and having a great time, making magic. That's what it's about. And again, to entertain and enlighten. That's my whole philosophy.
And so, Greg, give us a quick overview of what we did in Houston and what you shot and why it was important to be able to get that.
Well, there's lots of ways to make a great movie. It normally starts with a great script, but it also means that you have to solve the problem of resources. How do you solve the resource problem? Well, you you can ask for more resources, or you can just be smarter. Fortunately for me, my degree is in engineering. Engineers are only problem solvers, so I like to solve problems. So we knew that they were having the parade, the MLK parade, earlier this month. So what we needed was the opportunity to film the MLK parade, even though we were still waiting for all these funds to come in so we could get started. So we went and got a film crew. Thanks to some of y'all, we got a film crew. We went out and filmed. And that footage would be important because if I had to create a parade in the movie and I had to hire a bunch of bands and marching bands and floats, that would cost me millions of dollars. But if I'm able to take advantage of one that's already happening, I could save a bunch of money, but make the movie look very high quality. So these are little tricks that we do in the film business to kind of promote the idea that you're making a lot more with less. As we say in the hood, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. That's what we do. We don't stop. We don't throw our hands up and say we ain't got it. We can't figure it out. We make it happen. So that's what we all about.
And how common is it for in other communities for small groups of people to get together to either finish a film or make sure that a film is done at a certain quality, even though it's already being financed by a studio? Like how uncommon is, or how common is what we're doing?
Pretty common. We just don't do it because, I'll just be honest with you, we get into problems of really understanding the process, which makes us fearful. And the fear is genuine. But, they do it all the time. They built, if you take a film festival like Sundance came about because the studios were not giving certain filmmakers opportunities. And so they said, you know what, we're going to create the opportunities. And we did that. And they did that. And so we just haven't done it. But it's very common. We just have to, but we don't get the opportunity because how often do you run into someone like Greg Carter? It probably doesn't happen that often. And like most people, everybody has a great idea for a movie, but you just don't run into the people that can make it happen. We're not just all over the place. We're normally in very certain areas, certain times. So this gives the opportunity to bring myself, what I'm doing, to you.
That's a great point. And I think that's there's an opportunity for us to, if anybody has any questions, feel free to open up your mic, ask a question. I do have a mixture of both investors and potential investors in the room. And then we also have a viewing audience that's viewing on Little Rock IPTV and SoCal IPTV. Thank you. I see you guys in the comments and stuff. And so, but I'm not able to respond in the comments right now because I'm coordinating this this activity, but we will respond after this to everybody who's actually watching on our network. And so what's next in terms of once people, now that people are invested and we're actually in production, what should people who are a part of a film be looking forward to and be excited about, or part of this film?
So there's a lot of milestones that will happen once we close and the clock kind of starts. We'll be finishing off our casting of the movie. That means people who are in front of the camera will be contracted. We've already started doing locations. Some of you who have been, who already have committed, you can see what some of the locations we're going to be filming at. We're filming that. We're also crewing up. The crewing up means that people who work behind the camera with me, some of those people you met in the video that I guys have put on the YouTube channel that they created for the campaign. So you can see some of those people I'm talking, you can see them talking and whatever. And that's just me. Once we get started filming, like in principal photography, like I said, we already started filming. Once we really get started on that, some of you might get, if you're in Houston, might get the opportunity to come by the set or even be an expert if you're interested. We're not paying for you to fly in, but you can.
Hey, I have car will travel.
Yes, exactly. But we're always looking for people to be extras and standards, and that's part of the budget. We got to pay them. But we have a couple big sequences that we'll be filming, and if you're going to be in town, you just reach out to iGuys with Darren, and you'll be more than excited to just figure out a way to facilitate you so you can be up close in person. To everybody in Arkansas, I want to say hello. How y'all doing? I love y'all because I'm from Arkansas. I was born in Arkansas. I was born in El Dorado, Arkansas. So.
Okay, so I definitely gotta hit you with the Go Hogs Pig Suey because Arkansas would be bad if I didn't do that. But we also have SoCal, and we get quite a bit of viewership from around the country on a lot of these different stations. Thanks to Rick, he's really been plugging in, and of course the boxing that we've been doing on the network. And so there were a lot of folks who were wanting to hear from you. And we're also recording this, and so we're going to be able to cut this together with some of the footage from Houston, and and a little more information about the campaign. And so we know that you're traveling. And so first and foremost, Greg, thanks for jumping on. This is going to be the first of we'll probably do another one toward the end of this week. But we based on the feedback from this video, we'll know what else we need to do in terms of getting education and information out. So is there anything else you want to let potential investors know about why it's important at this stage to own content or to at least be invested in the creation and development of content?
We're in this new age of investment in this term of world of AI. There's some things that only have value because they can't be recreated. Property is one thing. There's only so much land. So if you own it, you own it. It can have value, and it stays pretty constant. Stocks and bonds, T-bills, they have a certain value. But IP, intellectual property, well, it can only increase in value because there's always going to be a new audience. Let me give you an example. Those of you who have kids, you probably, when you were younger, you remember watching The Little Mermaid. And you were like, wow, The Little Mermaid, oh, it's great. I remember that when I was a kid. Well, some years later, guess what? That IP still has property and did be re-released. Another Little Mermaid. Right? So IP, you have to think about it like this. You go back 100,000 years when there were people living in caves and whatnot in southern France. They had certain jobs. It was probably someone responsible for growing the food, someone responsible for hunting, someone responsible for taking care of the children, someone cooking. Everybody in the community had a job. But there was someone responsible for creating art, the cave drawings that you see on the wall. And here's a funny thing. After 50,000 years, I don't see anything they hunted. I don't see the kids they took care of. I don't see the clothes that they made. But the art still lives. This art is still there. So art is immortality. And this is an opportunity, I think, for you guys to take a step of immortality. So let's do it.
Wow. You hit him with the cave drawings and immortality. I was going to add something on top of it, but that's a great place to put a pin in it. Greg, thank you for taking time to jump on with us today. And again, I didn't see any hands up. If you guys don't have any questions, we're going to wrap this. I try to keep these to about 30 minutes to make sure that nobody gets bored and we're able to keep people engaged. We are live. We'll be in and live, but we'll repost this and I'll share this with everybody so you can share it out to other friends that's interested in knowing more about the investment. Thank you, everybody. See you later from the Pickaboo Fund. Oh, snap.